I recently put a battery in my camera and I got this error. Does this battery have the Canon logo on it? Let's talk about it. Now, why should you only use these name brand batteries? One of the reasons for only using a name brand battery is if you use a different type, your camera may not recognize it. You may be getting an error code. It doesn't recognize the battery, and they don't last as long in the long run. The quality isn't quite as good. They're decent batteries, but they just don't last as long as a name brand battery. You may see that the battery has milliamp hours listed on the back, or wattage size on there as well, but sometimes they just don't last as long. And sometimes just quite when you least expect them to. They'll give you this warning when you try to use them in your camera. And don't get me started on bulging batteries. You've just got them, not a few months in, and they're bulging already. Why? As always, remember that your batteries shouldn't be left out in the heat, in direct sunlight, or in overly cold places, as that can cause them to deteriorate much faster. And if they get too hot, they tend to bulge. This goes generally across the board. Any batteries, you don't want to leave them out in the sun or in excessive heat, because that can cause them to degrade and bulge. So what batteries should you use in your camera? I recommend sticking with name brand batteries. This ensures that you're getting quality, and I recently got this battery after only using the Canon LP-E6 batteries, and it gives you a longer operating time, more shots, more filming time, and it's a bigger capacity battery. This is Canon's LP-E6NH battery. The original LP-E6N battery had 1865 milliamp hours with 14 watt hours, and this newer LP-E6NH has 2130 milliamp hours with 16 watt hours. You can use this battery in any camera or application that uses the LP-E6N batteries, your 60D, your 80D, 5D Mark II, your EOS R, your R5, your R6 Mark II. Any older cameras that were using the LP-E6N batteries can use this updated LP-E6NH battery. It's a bigger capacity battery and will last so much longer. And at the time you're watching this video, there is even a newer battery, which is the LP-E6P. It has more power for running the Digic X and Digic accelerator processor duo, and was made for some of the functions on the R5 Mark II camera. And the LP-E6P battery is compatible with the LC-E6 and LC-E6E chargers, so you can use it in your older Canon mirrorless and DSLR cameras as well. It just requires a firmware update to use those batteries, but more power and longer lasting batteries are always a good thing for us as photographers and videographers. So check it out down below if you're looking to get more battery life. Don't worry about running out of battery on your shoots. I'll leave it down in the description for you. You can check it out. These off-brand batteries will claim they have more milliamp hours and more watt hours, but often putting them up against the original name brand battery, they will perform just about the same. Honestly, I've run these both in my cameras, and the shooting time is actually a little bit better on the original name brand battery. Then when I got the LP-E6NH batteries, I noticed that my camera was running a lot longer, so I will probably be getting more of these batteries. Now let's talk about ye old batteries real quick here. If you have an original Canon battery and you slip it into your camera, but it gives you the battery communication error, there's a few things you can do. If you can see on this battery right here, on the terminals, there is a little bit of stuff on the terminals like oxidation or something. Just grab yourself an eraser and just kind of wipe that spot right there on the terminals to clean that up, and you should get a little bit better connection that way. Kind of cleaning up, like if there's any dust or anything that gets in there, it will clean that up. Because if you're getting this communication error and you're still using the original Canon battery, then it may just be that the terminals are a little bit dirty. So you can try sticking that back in your camera. Hopefully that works for you and fixes the problem. If it doesn't, your battery may be old. You can go into the menu. If it doesn't work for you, go into the menu over here on the wrench icon and go over to the battery info. And here you can tell the percentage of the battery, what the shutter count is since your battery has been charged, and you'll also have the recharge performance. On an older battery, it may look something like this. So that may be causing you that battery communication error. So if that's the case, you may need to buy some new batteries. So I would recommend picking up one of these newer LP E6 and H batteries to help keep your camera running efficiently, and gives you a little bit longer run time than the original LP E6 batteries. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Be sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.